Greetings, dear brethren. Hope this message finds you well. My name is Digital Missional Evangelist Matumba. Today we are going to be looking at why Jesus died and why God did not just cancel sin. Many of us wonder why Jesus had to die instead of simply canceling sin by divine command. If God is all-powerful, couldn't he have forgiven without the cross? In this lesson, we will explore the deeper reasons behind Christ's death, revealing how it fulfills divine justice, upholds the unchangeable law, and displays God's love in its fullest form. 1. God's justice requires atonement. In biblical theology, sin isn't just a mistake. It's a violation of divine law and a rupture in relationship with God. Romans 6 verse 23 says, "The wages of sin is death." That means sin has a cost, and justice demands that it be paid. God, being perfectly just, cannot overlook sin without compromising his nature. Forgiveness isn't free. It requires a price. And because God's law is immutable, unchanging, and eternal, it cannot be set aside or overridden. The penalty for sin must be satisfied in accordance with that law. The psalmist David says, "Forever, O Lord, your word is settled in heaven." Psalm 119 verse 89, therefore the Lord could only be satisfied by a sinless the sacrifice of the human Jesus Christ. 2. Sacrificial system foreshadowed the cross. In the Old Testament, sins were atoned for through the sacrifice of animals, a temporary and symbolic solution. Colossians 2 verse 16. And Jesus needed to fulfill all of the law according to Matthew 5 verse 17. Therefore Jesus came to fulfill the law, which includes sacrifices pointed forward to a perfect, once-for-all sacrifice, the man Jesus. Hebrews 10 verse 4 says, "It is impossible for the blood of bulls and goats to take away sins." Only a sinless human could truly pay the debt. 3. Jesus as the perfect substitute. And since we have established that the law needed atonement and Jesus lived a sinless life, this makes Jesus the only one qualified to bear the punishment on behalf of others. Isaiah 53 verse 5 prophesied, "He was pierced for our transgressions, by his wounds we are healed." His death wasn't just symbolic, it was substitutionary. He took the penalty we deserved. For love and mercy displayed through the cross. God didn't just want to cancel sin. He wanted to demonstrate his love. The cross also demonstrated the consequences of sin and how it could only be conquered through a perfect life, and Jesus also showed us that we can live a perfect life even if we are human because he was both human and divine. Romans 5 verse 8 says, "God demonstrates his own love for us in this. While we were still sinners, Christ died for us." The cross is the ultimate expression of both justice and grace. Sin is punished, but the sinner is forgiven. 5. Victory over death and sin. Jesus' death wasn't the end. It led to resurrection. Through his death and resurrection, he defeated death, broke the power of sin, and opened the way to eternal life. 1 Corinthians 15 verse 55, where, "O death, is your victory? Where, O death, is your sting?" In conclusion, the death of Jesus was not a tragic accident. It was a divine necessity. It upheld the unchanging justice of God, fulfilled the prophetic sacrificial system, and revealed the depth of divine love. By dying in our place, Jesus satisfied the demands of the immutable law and opened the way for mercy without compromise. The cross stands as the perfect intersection of justice and grace, proving that forgiveness is not cheap, but it is freely given through Christ.